there's a chance to say good day. And I have sat in that particular heaviness, wondering if anything soft enough to reach it still existed in a world that moves the way this world moves. And then, like light through a curtain that nobody drew, something arrived, not loud, not demanding, just the oldest, most unhurried voice saying, comfort, comfort my people. Oh, and the word landed somewhere deeper than the mind, somewhere that theology cannot always reach, but music can, and love can, and the voice of God always can. Comfort my people, speak tenderly to the heart that has been carrying more than it was made to carry alone. Comfort my people, the warfare is accomplished, the iniquity is pardoned. Comfort, just comfort my people. You are my people. I have spoken this word over friends in hospital rooms and quiet kitchens and parking lots at 2 in the morning. I have spoken it over my own reflection on the mornings when comfort felt like a word from another language. And every single time something in the speaking released something in the receiver, as if the word itself carried the thing it named, as if comfort was not just a promise about comfort, but comfort itself, arriving in the syllables and the voice that first spoke it over a people in exile, speaks it still over every person who has ever felt like they were far from home. Comfort my people, speak tenderly to the heart that has been carrying more than it was made to carry alone. Comfort my people, the warfare is accomplished, the iniquity is pardoned. Comfort, just comfort my people. You are my people. Comforty, comforty my people. Saith your God, speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. And I am Jerusalem sometimes. I am the weary city, I am the one whose warfare has gone on too long, and into that weariness, into that particular bone deep, tired, speaks comfort. You are pardoned, you are mine, you are my people. Comfort heart that has been carrying more than it was made to carry alone. To carry alone. Comfort my people. The warfare is accomplished. The iniquity is pardoned. Comfort. Just comfort my people. You are my people. Comfort. The warfare is accomplished. Comfort. You are pardoned. Comfort. You are mine. Comfort my people. Always my people. Comfort. There are days when the weight of everything settles into the bones before the morning has a chance to say good day. And I have sat in that particular heaviness, wondering if anything soft enough to reach it still existed in a world that moves the way this world moves. And then, like light through a curtain that nobody drew, something arrived. Not loud, not demanding, just the oldest, most unhurried voice saying, comfort, comfort my people. I have known the particular exhaustion of a season that did not end when I expected it to. The kind of tired that sleep does not fix, that rest does not reach, that the weekend was not designed to repair. And I have pushed through it on willpower and coffee and the sheer determination of someone who does not know how to stop. Until the pushing ran out and I stood there in the empty of having nothing left, wondering what comes next when there is nothing left to come. And in that particular empty, in that specific nothing, something ancient and unhurried and completely unimpressed by my exhaustion said, wait, just wait on me. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Everlasting strength, not borrowed strength, not manufactured strength, but the strength of the given freely to the ones who wait, everlasting strength. I wanna talk about the waiting, because it is the part nobody frames and hangs on the wall. The waiting is not passive. It is the most active thing a tired person can do. It is the deliberate choice to stop generating your own momentum and turn your face toward the source of something so much stronger than anything you were running on. And the waiting feels like weakness from the outside, but from the inside it is the bravest, most surrendered, most counterintuitive act of faith I have ever practiced. And something happens in the waiting that cannot happen in the running. Something renews, something rises, something opens up inside the tire that was always there waiting to be found. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Everlasting strength, not borrowed strength, not manufactured strength, but the strength of the one who never grows tired, given freely to the ones who wait, everlasting strength. Hast thou not known, hast thou not heard, that the everlasting God, the Lord, the Creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary, and He giveth power to the faint. And to them that have no might, He increases strength. And I am the faint sometimes, I am the one with no might. I have been to rivers that moved fast and rivers that barely moved at all, and the ones I keep returning to in my memory are not the dramatic ones, the white water, the dangerous rush, but the quiet ones, the ones that moved with such unhurried confidence that you could not help but feel that they knew exactly where they were going and were in no hurry to pretend otherwise. And I have wanted to live like that river, to move through my days with that particular quality of peace that is not the absence of motion, but the presence of something so deep that the surface cannot disturb it. And I found it not in the management of my circumstances, but in the listening to a voice that said, if only you had listened. Peace like a river, oh, that thou hadst hearkened. Peace like a river, thy peace would have been like a river, deep and wide and constant, moving always towards something good. Peace like a river, not the peace of everything resolved, but the peace of everything held by the one who knows where the river goes. Peace like a about the word hearkened, oh, that thou hast hearkened. It is a tender word, not accusatory, not the word of a God who is keeping score, but the word of someone who wanted something so much better for the one they loved, and watched them choose the harder road. Simple human tendency to trust our own direction over the one who made the river. And the grief in it is not the grief of judgment, it is the grief of love, watching someone miss the river that was always right there, always flowing, always there. Tender word in my own story, in the seasons I chose the harder road and felt the absence of the river. I had walked away from peace like a river, oh, that thou hadst hearkened. Peace like a river, thy peace would have been like a river, deep always here. Peace like a river, always here, always yours. Come back to the river. Peace like a river. Peace like a river. All that thou hadst hearkened. Peace like a river. Thy peace would have been like a river, deep and wide and constant, moving always towards something good. Peace like a river, not the peace of everything resolved, but the peace of everything held by the one who knows where the river goes. Peace like a river, peace like a river, deep and wide, always flowing, always yours. Peace like a river. Come back to the river. Peace like a river, always here, always. Peace like a river. Always here, always. Peace like a river. There are names we answer to that were never ours to carry. Names given in moments of cruelty or carelessness, or simply the inability of another person to see us clearly. And I have answered to some of those names for longer than I should have worn them, like a coat that never fit but became familiar in its wrongness. And then, in the most ordinary, unremarkable Tuesday of my life, I heard a different name spoken from a place so deep and so unhurried that I stood still for the first time in years. And the name was not what I expected. It was not a title or an achievement or a description of what I had managed to become. It was simply mine. You are mine. Fear not, for I have redeemed thee. You are mine. But claimed by a love that searched for you before you knew you were lost, and called you by the name. not by category, not by function, not by what you produce or how you perform or what you manage to hold together this week. By name, the specific, irreplaceable, particular name of you, the you that existed before the world taught you to be something else. And the one who calls it knows everything the name contains, every version of you that ever existed, every season, every failure, every quiet moment of surprising grace, and calls it anyway, calls it tenderly, calls it mine. And I have heard my name spoken many ways by many voices, but only one voice speaks it in a way that makes me feel completely and finally home. You are mine, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. You are mine, I have called thee by thy name. You are mine, not owned, not possessed, but claimed by a love that searched for you before you knew you were lost, and called you by the name only love knows how to speak. You are mine, always mine. But now thus saith the Lord that created thee, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine, and the thou art mine is not a contract, not a transaction, not a conditional arrangement that holds only while you perform correctly. It is the declaration of a creator to the thing he made and loved before he knew it was being loved. Thou art mine in the water, thou art mine in the fire, thou art mine in the ordinary Tuesday of a life that forgot for a moment whose it was. Thou art mine, always mine. You are mine, fear not, for I have redeemed thee. You are mine, I have called thee by thy name. You are mine, not owned, not possessed, but claimed by a love that searched for you before you knew you were lost, and called you by the name only love knows how to speak. You are mine, always mine. You are mine, you are mine, called by name, redeemed mine. Fear not, you are mine in the water, in the fire, in the ordinary. You are mine, always There are names we answer to that were never ours to carry, names given in moments of cruelty or carelessness, or simply the inability. was not metaphorical, the kind that settles into the actual room of your actual life and stays, the kind that makes the ordinary things unfamiliar and the familiar things feel very far away. And I have learned that darkness has a particular way of convincing you that it is permanent, that the light you remember was the exception, and this is the rule. And I have believed that on certain nights, believed it completely until something arrived without announcement, without asking if I was ready. And the room was different, not because the darkness left all at once, but because something entered it, that the darkness had no answer for something that simply was a light and could not be anything else. Light in the darkness. The people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. Light in the darkness. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them hath the light shine. Light in the darkness, not around it, not after it, but into it, right into the middle of the actual darkness. The light came, and it was Jesus, and the darkness called him by his name and could not put him out. Light in the darkness. I wanna tell you about the particular quality of a light that enters darkness. It does not negotiate, it does not ask permission, it does not wait for the darkness to make room. It simply arrives, and the room that was dark is dark no longer. And I have experienced that, not as a feeling, not as an emotion, but as the actual, undeniable presence of something that turned what was dark into something I could see again. And what I saw when the light came was not a new room, it was the same room I had always been in, just finally visible. And the light did not come because I deserved it or earned it or had finally gotten dark enough to qualify. It came because light is what Jesus does when he enters a room. Light in the darkness. People that walked in darkness have seen a great light. Light in the darkness. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them hath the light shine. Light in the darkness, not around it, not after it, but into it, right into the middle of the actual darkness. The light came, and it was Jesus, and the darkness called him by his name and could not put him out. Light in the darkness. The people that walked in darkness have seen a great light, and the great extinguish it, could not outlast it, because light and darkness cannot occupy the same space, and Jesus is always the light in whatever darkness you are sitting in tonight. Light in the darkness, He is the light in your darkness right now. Light in the darkness, the people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. Oh, light in the darkness, they that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them hath the light shine. Light in the darkness, not around it, not after it, but into it, right into the middle of the actual darkness. The light came, and it was Jesus, and the darkness called Him by His name and could not put Him out. Light in the darkness, the people that walked in darkness have seen a great light, and the great light has a name, and the name is not an idea, not a philosophy, not a theological position. The name is Jesus, who came into the world as light. And the world was dark, and the darkness comprehended it not, could not contain it. There are moments that rearrange you, not violently, not dramatically, but quietly, completely. Moments where something so far above the ordinary enters the ordinary, and nothing is quite the same after. I have had one or two of those, not in temples, not in grand occasions, but in the kitchen, at the window, on the road, in the middle of the most unremarkable Tuesday, when something holy pressed through the membrane of the everyday, and I stood there undone in the most peaceful possible way. And the only word that came was not a theological term, not a doctrinal position, just the oldest, most repeated word in the vocabulary of heaven. Holy One, holy, holy, the Holy One. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts, the Holy One. The whole earth is full of His glory. The Holy One, not confined to the cathedral, not reserved for the religious moment. The whole earth, every ordinary inch of it, filled with the glory of the Holy One. Holy, holy, holy. I think about Isaiah in the year that King Uzziah died. Everything familiar, suddenly uncertain, the throne that held the world in place suddenly empty. And in that particular instability, in that year of not knowing what came next, he saw the Lord high and lifted up, and heard what heaven never stopped saying. And I have had my year that Uzziah died, the year when what I trusted to hold things steady could not hold anymore. And in that year, in that specific unsteady year, I found the same thing Isaiah found, that above every throne that empties, above every certainty that shifts, there is one who is high and lifted up, and the seraphim have not stopped singing, not for a single moment. The Holy One, holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of His glory. The Holy One, not confined to the cathedral, not reserved for the religious moment. The whole earth, every ordinary inch of it, filled with the glory of the Holy One. Holy, holy, holy. And one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of His glory. 3 times holy, not once, not twice, but 3 times, as if once could not contain it, as if twice was not sufficient for what needed saying. Holy, 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 Lord of hosts, the whole earth full of His glory. And I am part of that whole earth, and my Tuesday is part of that whole earth. And my kitchen, and my window, and my unremarkable morning are all full of the glory of the Holy One. Holy, I just have to stop long enough to notice. Holy, holy, holy. The Holy One, holy, 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 holy is the Lord of hosts. The Holy One, the whole earth is full of His glory. The Holy One, not confined to the cathedral, not reserved for the religious moment. The whole earth, every ordinary inch of it, filled with the glory of the Holy One. Holy, 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 the whole earth full of His glory. Even here, even now, even this. Holy, the Holy One, always holy, holy. The Holy One, always holy. There are moments that rearrange you, not violently, not dramatically, but quietly, completely. Moments where something so far above not the romantic kind that look beautiful in photographs, but the actual kind where the ground gives nothing back and the sky holds everything it has. And you walk through the dry of days that look the same as the day before. And the desert has a particular way of convincing you that this is all there is, that the green you remember was a different life for a different person, and this, the dry and the dusty, is what you get now. And then in the most impossible place, in the geography of the season you thought had nothing left to offer, water streams in the desert. Behold, I will do a new thing. Streams in the desert, now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? Streams in the desert, away in the wilderness. Rivers in the desert, not after the desert, not when the season changes, but right here, right now, in the dry place. Streams in the desert, do you not perceive it? Streams in the desert. I wanna talk about the word behold that comes before the promise. Behold, as if the new thing is already happening, and the only question is whether you are paying the kind of attention that can see it. Because new things do not always arrive with announcements and celebrations and the obvious signs that something has shifted. Sometimes the new thing is a stream so small you almost walked past it in your hurry to get out of the desert. And behold is the invitation to slow down enough to see what is already springing forth. And I have learned to look for the stream, not at the end of the desert, but in the middle of it, because that is where he said it would be. Streams in the desert, behold, I will do a new thing. Streams in the desert, now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? Streams in the desert, away in the wilderness. Rivers in the desert, not after the desert, not when the season changes, but right here, right now, in the dry place. Streams in the desert, do you not perceive it? Streams in the desert, behold, I will do a new thing. Now shall it spring forth? Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness. Streams in the desert, his specialty. Rivers in the wilderness, his signature. Do you not perceive it? The stream is already there. Behold, just behold, streams in the desert. Behold, I will do a new thing. Streams in the desert, now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? Streams in the desert, away in the wilderness. Rivers in the desert, not after the desert, not when the season changes, but right here, right now, in the dry place. Streams in the desert, do you not perceive it? Streams in the desert. Ooh, behold, I will do a new thing. Now shall it spring forth? Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness, and rivers in the desert. And the wilderness is not a detour from the story. The wilderness is where the new thing springs forth. The desert is not the end of the water. I am not naturally a resting person. I come from a long line of people who believe that the answer to any problem was more effort, more strategy, more movement in some direction. Any direction, as long as it was away from stillness. And I have applied that approach to most of my life, and found it effective up to a certain point, and completely useless beyond it. Because there is a category of problem that more effort only deepens, a kind of knot that tightens every time you pull. And I discovered much later than I should have that the answer to that kind of knot is not another pull. It is the quietest, most counterintuitive thing I have ever tried. Trust and rest. In returning and rest shall ye be saved. Trust and rest in quietness, and in confidence shall be your strength. Trust and rest, not more effort, not better strategy, not faster movement, but the holy art of stopping, turning back to the one who holds it, and resting in what he holds. Trust and rest, this is the strength. Trust and rest. I think about the word returning. In returning and rest shall ye be saved. returning, as if the problem was never a lack of effort, but a departure from the place where help actually lived. And saving comes not from arriving somewhere new, but from going back to somewhere you already knew. The place of quietness, the place of confidence, the place where your strength was never yours to generate, but his to give. And the return is always available. The door is never locked from the outside, only from the inside, by the part of us that believes stillness is surrender, and movement is the only faith. And I have learned slowly, imperfectly, but genuinely, that the return is not defeat, the rest is not weakness, the quietness is not the absence of faith. It is faith in its purest, most trusting form. Trust and rest, in returning and rest shall ye be saved. Trust and rest in quietness, and in confidence shall be your strength. Trust and rest, not more effort, not better strategy, not faster movement, but the holy art of stopping, turning back to the one who holds it, and resting in what he holds. Trust and rest. This is the strength. Trust and rest, for the sake of the Lord God, the Holy One of Israel. In returning and rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. And ye would not, and ye would not, the saddest words in the sentence, and ye would not. The strength was available, the rest was offered, the quietness was always there, and ye would not. And I have been that would not. I have chosen the harder road when the quieter one was right there. But the grace of this God is that he offers the rest again every morning. In returning and rest shall ye be saved. Come back to the stillness, come back to the rest. Trust and rest. Trust and rest. In returning and rest shall ye be saved. Trust and rest in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. And ye would not, and ye would not, the saddest words in the sentence, and ye would not. The strength was available, the rest was offered, the quietness was always there, and ye would not. And I have been that would not. I have chosen the harder road when the quieter one was right there. But the grace of this God is that he offers the rest again every morning. In returning and rest shall ye be saved. Come back to the stillness, come back to the rest. Trust and rest. seasons, the ones that leave behind what fire takes, the gray residue of something that used to be alive and warm and full of color. And I have sat in my particular ash, not always knowing what had burned, only knowing that something had. And what remained was quieter and smaller and less certain of its own beauty than it used to be. And the world has very little patience for ash. It wants the rebuilt version, the lessons learned version, the stronger for it version, before you have finished sitting in the gray. But there is one who does not hurry, the sitting who comes not with a timeline, but with a trade, a crown of beauty for ashes, a crown of beauty, the oil of joy for mourning, a crown of beauty, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, a crown of beauty given by the one who sees not the ash, but what the ash was always meant to become, a crown of beauty instead of ashes, a crown of beauty. I think about the word instead, beauty for ashes instead, not beauty despite ashes, not beauty alongside ashes, not beauty that forgets the ashes ever existed. Instead, a direct exchange, the ash given over, the beauty given back. And the given over is the part that requires something, because ash becomes familiar, becomes identity, becomes the story you tell yourself about who you are now after the fire. And the exchange asks you to loosen your grip on the gray and receive something you may not feel ready for. And I have loosened imperfectly, gradually, with the help of the one who makes the exchange worth making, a crown of beauty for ashes, a crown of beauty, the oil of joy for mourning, a crown of beauty, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, a crown of beauty given by the one who sees not the ash, but what the ash was always meant to become, a crown of beauty instead of ashes, a crown of beauty, to appoint unto them the morning's joy, garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. And I am the morning in Zion. Sometimes I am the one with the spirit of heaviness, and into that specific heaviness, into that particular ash, he comes, not with condemnation, not with impatience, but with a crown and an oil and a garment and a new name, tree of righteousness, planting of the I have made decisions in a hurry that took years to undo. Moved toward things with urgency that turned out to require a completely different speed. And I have learned the particular cost of outrunning the peace that was trying to guide me. Because peace is not passive, it is directional, it moves, it leads, it goes ahead and prepares the way. And the ones who follow it arrive somewhere different than the ones who left it behind in their hurry to get there first. And I have been practicing the slower pace of the guided life, the one that moves at the speed of peace, which is not slow, it is just unhurried, which is different. Guided in peace, for ye shall go out with joy. Guided in peace, and be led forth with peace. Guided in peace, the mountains and the hills shall break forth into singing. Trees of the field shall clap their hands. Guided in peace, the whole creation celebrating the ones who let peace lead the way. Guided in peace, go out with joy. Guided in peace. Think about the image of mountains singing and trees clapping, not as poetry to be explained, but as the picture of what the world looks like when someone chooses to go out with joy and be led forth with peace. As if the decision to follow peace instead of fear, instead of urgency, instead of the loudest voice in the room, sends something through the created world that the mountains feel and the trees respond to. And the going out with joy is not the denial of difficulty, it is the choice of a different guide through the same terrain. And I have seen the mountains look different on the days I chose the peaceful road. The same mountains, just different when seen from the unhurried, guided place. Guided in peace, shall go out with joy, guided in peace, and be led forth with peace, guided in peace. The mountains and the hills shall break forth into singing, guided in peace, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. The whole creation celebrating the ones who let peace lead the way, guided in peace. Go out with joy, guided in peace, for ye shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills shall break forth before you into singing, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. And I wanna live in that picture. I want to be the one going out with joy, the one led forth with peace, the one whose way through makes the mountains wanna sing and the trees wanna celebrate. Not because my life is free of difficulty, but because the guide I chose is the one who turns every road into something worth celebrating, guided in peace. Go out with joy, guided in peace. Guided in peace, for ye shall go out with joy, guided in peace, and be led forth with peace, guided in peace. The mountains and the hills shall break forth into singing, guided in peace, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. And I wanna live in that picture. I wanna be the one going out with joy, the one led forth with peace, the one whose way through makes the mountains wanna sing and the trees wanna celebrate. Not because my life is free of difficulty, but because the God I chose is the one who turns every road into something worth celebrating, guided in peace. Go out with joy, guided in peace. Guided in peace, for ye shall go out with joy, guided in peace, and be led forth with peace, guided in peace. The mountains and the hills shall break forth before you into singing. I have placed my trust in things that seemed solid from the outside, institutions and arrangements, and the particular reliability of people. I loved who did their best and still could not be everything I needed them to be. And I am not bitter about the falling short, because I have fallen short of what others needed me to be more times than I can count. But I have learned the potential your deepest trust, and where that weight will eventually prove too much. And I have found only one place where the weight of everything has never once been too much, where the foundation has never shifted under the heaviness of being trusted completely. The faithful God, trust ye in the Lord forever and ever. The faithful God, for in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. The faithful God, not faithful when it is convenient, not faithful when the circumstances cooperate, but faithful in the flood and the drought and the ordinary Tuesday and the extraordinary crisis. Everlasting strength. The faithful God, forever and ever. The faithful God. I wanna talk about the word everlasting and everlasting strength. Not strength that lasts a long time, not strength that endures beyond what seems reasonable. Everlasting, without beginning, without end. The strength that was there before the first morning and will be there after the last evening, and is here right now in this specific moment of your specific need. And the faithfulness that carries that everlasting strength has never taken a day off, has never been unavailable, has never checked the circumstances before deciding whether to show up. And I rest in that, not as a theological position, but as the most practical, daily, life-giving truth I have ever found. That the God I am trusting has never once failed to be exactly what He said He would be. The faithful God, trust ye in the Lord forever and ever. The faithful God, for in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. And the forever and ever is not hyperbole, it is the most literal, most precise, most carefully chosen description of a faithfulness that has no expiration, no fine print, no circumstance under which it becomes something other than what it promised to be. The faithful God, the Lord Jehovah, everlasting strength. Trust Him forever and ever. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason to doubt. He has never given you a reason It is the most literal, most precise, most carefully chosen description of a faithfulness that has no expiration, no fine print, no circumstance under which it becomes something other than what it promised to be. The faithful God in the Lord Jehovah, everlasting strength, trust Him forever and ever. He has never given you a reason not to. The faithful God. The circumstances cooperate, but faithful in the flood and the drought and the ordinary Tuesday and the extraordinary crisis. There is a joy that is not dependent on the morning being good, not the joy of everything working out, not the joy of the circumstances finally cooperating with what you hoped they would do, but a deeper joy, a more anchored joy, a joy that lives below the waterline of whatever mood the day arrives with. And I have been finding it in the most unexpected places, not in the grand occasions, but in the quiet certainty of knowing whose I am and what was done for me before I had the vocabulary to ask for it. And the joy of it does not shout, it simply hums underneath everything, a constant warm, unshakable knowing joy of salvation. Behold, God is my salvation. Joy of salvation, I will trust and not be afraid. Joy of salvation, for the Lord Jehovah is my strength and my song. Joy of salvation, He also has become my salvation. Not a transaction, not a doctrine, but a person who became my salvation. And in that becoming, gave me a joy that no morning can take away. Joy of salvation, always joy of salvation. I think about the phrase, I will trust and not be afraid. In that order, trust first, then the not being afraid follows, as if the trust is not the reward for having conquered fear, but the practice that makes fear less and less the loudest voice in the room. And I have practiced it imperfectly on mornings when fear was very loud and trust felt very small, and found that even the smallest trust practice practice consistently grows into something that fear cannot drown out. And the joy of salvation is not the absence of fear. It is the presence of something so much larger than fear. That fear loses its authority in the room of your life. Joy of salvation. Behold, God is my salvation. Joy of salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. Joy of salvation, for the Lord Jehovah is my strength and my song. Joy of salvation. He also is become my salvation. Not a transaction, not a doctrine, but a person who became my salvation. And in that becoming gave me a joy that no morning can take away. Joy of salvation. Joy of salvation. Behold, God is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. For the Lord Jehovah is my strength and my song. He also has become my salvation. Therefore with joy shall ye draw water out of the wells of salvation. And the wells are deep and the water is always there. And the joy is in the drawing, the daily returning to the source that never runs dry. Joy of salvation. With joy draw water from wells that were dug by grace, filled by mercy, and given freely to everyone who comes with an empty cup. Joy of salvation. Always joy of salvation. Joy of salvation. Behold, God is my salvation. I will trust. Joy of salvation. I will trust and not be afraid. Oh, joy of salvation. For the Lord Jehovah is my strength and my song. Joy of salvation. He also is become my salvation. Therefore with joy shall ye draw water out of the wells of salvation. And the wells are deep and the water is always there. And the joy is in the drawing, the daily returning to the source that never runs dry. Joy of salvation. With joy draw water from wells that were dug by grace, filled by mercy, and given freely to everyone who comes with an empty There are things I have done and things that were done to me that left a residue I did not know how to remove. And I carry that residue carefully, hidden in the ordinary of a life that looked from the outside like it hadn't moved on. But the past has a particular way of being present in the body, in the way you hold your shoulders and the things you reach for when the room gets quiet. And I had stopped believing that the residue was removable, had made a kind of peace with carrying it forever. And then I found a word in the oldest text I know that said, I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, the Lord our Redeemer. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, the Lord our Redeemer, and as a cloud thy sins, the Lord our Redeemer. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee, the Lord our Redeemer, not the judge keeping score, but the Redeemer who paid the price and then blotted out the record as completely as a cloud disappears from a clear sky. The Lord our Redeemer, always the Lord our Redeemer. I wanna sit with the image of the thick cloud, not a thin cloud, not a wispy suggestion of cloud, but a thick cloud, the kind that covers everything, the kind that when it passes leaves no trace of what it covered. And that is what he says he did with the transgressions, the things I did and the things done to me that became part of my record, covered with the thickness of mercy, so complete that what was there cannot be found from this side of the covering. And the return he asks for is not the return of someone who has earned their way back. It is the return of someone being called home by the one who already paid everything that needed paying. The Lord our Redeemer, I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, the Lord our Redeemer, and as a cloud thy sins, the Lord our Redeemer. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee, the Lord our Redeemer, not the judge keeping score, but the Redeemer who paid the price and then blotted out the record as completely as a cloud disappears from a clear sky. The Lord our Redeemer, always the Lord our Redeemer. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as a cloud thy sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. And the redeemed do not return to earn their welcome, they return because the welcome was already purchased, already prepared, already waiting. The thick cloud has already passed, the record is already clear. Return not to earn, but to receive what was given at a cost you could not pay and did not have to. The Lord our Redeemer paid it, blotted it out, and called you home. Return from a clear sky. The Lord our Redeemer, always the Lord our Redeemer, the Lord our Redeemer, blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, the Lord our Redeemer, and as a cloud thy sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. And the redeemed do not return to earn their welcome. They return because the welcome was already purchased, already prepared, already waiting. The thick cloud has already passed. The record is already clear. Return not to earn, but to receive what was given at a cost you could not pay and did not have to. The Lord our Redeemer paid it, blotted it out, and called you home. Return, the Lord our Redeemer. The Lord our Redeemer. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgression. I have wondered sometimes what my life is actually for. Not in the existential crisis way, just in the quiet way that visits on Sunday afternoons and long commutes, and the in-between moments when the doing stops and the being has to speak for itself. And I have found that the question is not as complicated as I made it. It has something to do with feet and roads, and the simple, irreplaceable act of going somewhere with something worth carrying. And the something worth carrying is not an argument, not a theological position, not a perfectly constructed case for God. It is just the news, the best news ever given to anyone who needed it. Beautiful feet, how beautiful upon the mountains. Beautiful feet are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings. Beautiful feet that publisheth peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publisheth salvation. Beautiful feet. My feet are on a mountain somewhere, carrying something the world is desperate to hear. Beautiful feet. Every step, beautiful feet. I think about the mountains in this image. Mountains are not easy terrain. They are the hard places, the steep places, the places that cost something to traverse. And the ones with beautiful feet are not traveling the easy roads. They are on the mountains, which means the beauty is not in the comfort of the journey, but in the message being carried through the difficulty. cost the most to walk are often the ones that carry the most important things. And my feet are not always beautiful by the world's standards. They are tired sometimes and uncertain sometimes, and pointed in the wrong direction sometimes. But when they are carrying the news of peace, when they are moving towards someone who needs what I have been given, they are the most beautiful thing I own. Beautiful feet, how beautiful upon the mountains. Beautiful feet are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings. Beautiful feet that publisheth peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publisheth salvation. Beautiful feet, and my feet are on a mountain somewhere, carrying something the world is desperate to hear. Beautiful feet, every step. Beautiful feet, how beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publisheth peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publisheth salvation, that saith unto Zion, thy God reigneth, and thy God reigneth. Here's the news that changes everything. Not thy circumstances have improved, not thy situation is resolved. Thy God reigneth over the mountain and the valley and the in-between, and the commute and the Sunday afternoon, and the wondering what your life is actually for. Thy God reigneth. Go tell it on the mountain with your tired, uncertain, sometimes pointed in the wrong direction. Beautiful feet. Beautiful feet, how beautiful upon the mountains. Beautiful feet are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings. That beautiful feet that publisheth peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publisheth salvation, that saith unto Zion, thy God reigneth, and thy God reigneth is the news that changes everything. Not thy circumstances have improved, not thy situation is resolved. Thy God reigneth over the mountain and the valley and the in-between, and the commute and the Sunday afternoon, and the wondering what your life is actually for. Thy God reigneth. Go tell it on the mountain with your tired, uncertain, sometimes pointed in the wrong direction. Beautiful feet. Oh, beautiful feet, how beautiful upon the mountains. Beautiful feet are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings. The mind is a busy place. I have lived in mine long enough to know its particular habits. before today is finished, the way it replays. What was said in rooms that no longer exist, the way it builds elaborate structures of worry out of things that have not happened and may never happen, but feel very present at 2 in the morning. And I have tried many remedies for the busy mind, most of them temporary, most of them requiring constant maintenance, most of them leaving me more tired than before. And then I found not a technique, not a practice, not a method, but a person and a promise and a word so simple it almost seemed too easy. Kept in peace, thou wilt keep him in perfect peace. Kept in peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. Kept in peace, because he trusteth in thee. Kept in peace, not managed peace, not manufactured peace, not the peace that requires everything to cooperate, but perfect peace, the kind that comes from the outside into the inside and keeps what it enters. Kept in peace, whose mind is stayed. Kept in peace. I wanna sit with the word stayed, whose mind is stayed on thee, not occasionally directed, not periodically pointed, not visiting on Sundays and holidays and the moments when the busy stops. Stayed as an anchor there, as in making its home there, as in having found the one place where the busyness does not follow, and choosing to remain. And the staying is not the stillness of someone who has stopped thinking. It is the stillness of someone whose thinking has found its true direction and keeps returning to it, the way a compass keeps returning to north, regardless of how many times you turn it. And I have been practicing the staying imperfectly daily, finding that every time the mind wanders, there is a place it can come back to, and the peace is always there when it does. Kept in peace, thou wilt keep him in perfect peace. Kept in peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. Kept in peace, because he trusteth in thee. Not managed peace, not manufactured peace, not the peace that requires everything to cool.